Well, this served its purpose, but it's got to come down now. Just these out. Oh, a couple more screws over there. I can take this whole contraption off the roof and be good. It worked for the panels while I needed it, but we're going to make some changes. So yeah, look around. Look, it's happening. It's the 6th, and it's starting fine snow. Miserable wind yesterday. I knew something was coming. Well, I'm hoping to be behind it, not under it. Well, we'll see what happens, but I got to get it off of there. Down. Oh good, my ladder didn't fall. Oh, if I have to put it back together, I can do that. Got some fairly straight 2x4s. Oh! It is pretty heavy. That's far enough today. It's gonna stay there. Gonna get snow in a couple of days. Oh, try and get a move before that. That looks good up there. I think the sun will shine on it. And so I have a small one down here, and that one's gonna go up there beside it. See, I put another hole there. I'll be running wires through, just hooking up to a different battery. But a little extra power helps. Looks like a bit of a snowy day today. I might get what I wanted, but I had to go to town, so roads are going to be a little ugly. Oh yes, going to be a slow run. Well, I got a big job today ahead of me. Some of you is just catching up to me. Not sure what my life is all about. I do all kinds of things. I mean, I'm off grid, but I try to save money wherever I can. For those of you, I can't show a lot of this, but for those of you that know me just a little bit, or know what this is, my herbal medicine. I grew this, and so you hang the leaves, let them dry. You got to cure them first. It's a big process. I did some of this a couple of years ago. Well, some of this is I've had for a while, but I'm always experimenting and trying different things that can save me a little money. And so there's some of little different things, crops that I grew. I do a little gardening, not always just potatoes and carrots. But I haven't grew any for a couple of years. It's a lot of work, and I have so much else on the go that well, there's stems in here that just have to be pulled out. So you just kind of catch it along the stem and you just peel it all off like that and then grind it. So like that. So, but another different job. I'm going to show you a little bit. Can't show too much. YouTube. I have some cutting and wrapping to do. Yes, I've been hunting. Well, I went for wood. Before I got home, we had to tag a deer. She's got a nice one. She's pretty fat. I hit her just high. I just about overshot, but you don't have to track them when they get hit high. There, what's in there? Hey, what's in there? What is that? What is that? Huh? What is that? You think I might share a steak with you? Huh? We'll show you the not so ugly side. For those of you that get squirmy, it bothers you, I do my own meat cutting as often as possible. So I got a nice deer. I'm just going to be getting at it and cutting, trimming, and grinding meat. So we'll show you a little bit along the way, or we can get her all packaged up. Just a little self. I just, you know, getting ready, setting up. Nice to have a little of your own meat. All a part of butchering. Now, what has he got? I told you I do things a little different. I just boosted my table's legs. I built these quite a few years ago and measured right so that the table is at a perfect height, so you're not doing a whole bunch of bending over. Now my table's at waist height, so it's easy to trim without bending over. Oh, is just making sure you got a sharp knife, and you got to get rid of a lot of this fat, tallow. So any places where there's really thick, big chunks. But I just follow the ribs, and you can drop in between the ribs with a good knife. And the other side, I'm not going to show you, you know, anybody that hunts knows, once they dry for a couple of days, you know, they've been covered in blood, that kind of thing. So what I do is just run in there and take its, you know, it's small pieces, not very thick, but you don't need to waste it. You can take it off. And I just work my way down toward the neck doing the same, and with the tissues, they just separate. You can follow it and just take it out, and I just slice it into great big long chunks. This is going to be all going through the grinder. You go to cut it. Some places there's really hard chunk of fat. It's just, yeah. Take it out. It's not hard. That goes through my grinder, no problem. So you just take a nice big chunk, good sharp knife. Clean this side. Now the other side, I just picked some hair off, and just so when it's on the table and I'm moving it around, I don't have any hair. Did a pretty good job of cleaning it, so you still have a little bit. So I just lay that side to the table, and I take absolutely everything off that I can get off this side, and then I'll turn it over. There's a few pieces here I'll be taking out. Now you can see that here, but I shot it right through the backbone, so kind of wrecked a little back strap. Not bad, not bad. Only a little piece. So yeah, 308 breaks up the bone pretty fast. But chip that out, we'll get a few nice steaks. A few here, a few off the back end. So that's the way I chip and chew at a piece of meat. You got a layer in here that's a little bit of meat, a little bit of fat. And, you know, meat grinders don't like this sinewy stuff. So you can just do a quick pull of the little sinew like that, take it off, and then you can just run your knife again down the ribs. Not very much comes out of there, but when I'm done, ginger's usually not getting very much. So just if you cut right through the ribs, if I do it and wash it up and do it fresh, I'll take a hose to it and rinse the inside really good, and then I will split everything between the ribs and just take it out like that. So there's not much waste. You have to put all the bones in the soup pot in order to get enough meat to make any kind of a nice little soup. So that's the way I do it. So I'm just going to get at the rest of it and get it cut up. I won't monetize this kind of video. They could put hunting stuff with it for video, for ads, but yeah, I don't bother. But we'll share a little with you. So for those of you that haven't butchered before, just showing I'm cleaning up. I get the ribs all pretty clean. And all there is left here is that paper thin tissue that's dirty on the other side. Now taking your back straps out, you know, I cut a little on the bottom to show you, but start cutting and following the ribs. When you're butchering, you'll learn to just feel your knife. Good sharp knife, don't push. It'll just wiggle your blade back and forth, and it'll follow all these joints. It'll bring you down to the end here. And but I cut it part way off, and then once I can move the meat a little, there's a sinew all the way along here. You don't want it on your steak. So while I was cleaning it up, I just get underneath. You can see with my arm, but see, that's a sinew. I'm basically not taking meat, but sharp knife, really sharp, homemade with raw. I've skinned it, I gutted it, and I'm butchering it. I did have to touch it up a couple times, but boy, when you touch it up with steel, it's sharp. So try not to cut towards your arm like I'm doing, but sometimes you have to. And you're just barely using the knife. You're sliding it along underneath of that sinew, and it comes off just like that. Next to nothing there. You can kind of see through it. So now you have back to the top here, work just like that. I cut quite a bit. You just slide that knife, it'll kind of follow the natural separations. A lot of that you can do with your fingers and just pull it out. So they're not big. Back straps on the deer, and then we get up here in this neck meat. You can make stew meat out of it, or hamburger meat, or whatever. But I'll take it off, and then we'll have a few nice steaks. So I can't monetize the video doing this kind of stuff, so I won't get anything for it. So you guys don't forget to hype the video, slap the like button, share it with a friend if you enjoy it. Some people don't enjoy butchering, but if you're going to be trying to be self-sustainable and off-grid and whatever, this really helps the food bill. So yeah, we just we split that neck stuff, and so that's just one front quarter. There's a nice chunk there for really nice steaks. Not big, but boy, we'll just slice them up, make some really awesome little fast fries on some of them. So, and maybe some you'll see me cooking out on the fire. But this is just, oh, there's a little wee bit there. It's just about as clean as you can get. You can take a little teaspoonful here and a teaspoonful there. It all goes into burger. So, what little you get, you'll be surprised when you trim it all up. If you got a small knife, that's good to get into some of these spots. So that's pretty much that piece. There's nothing left on it to take off. I did a couple of bites off this neck here, but that's pretty much it. There's going to be a pan of burger. This is a big pan. There's about 22, 23 pounds of meat. I know when this pan is level full, we'll get 25 pounds. So that's just off the front quarter. This was a pretty big doe. She's by herself without any young, so I like to take those ones. The others, even if they're yearlings, I like Mama to be able to try and teach them to stay away from the deer and all that kind of stuff. So, but it was a good take, and she's going to be good. Gets in the stew pot. So we just turn this into some really nice thick steaks. We can either Swiss steak them or barbecue them. And then this one, I'm just, rest of it's a little smaller. So these are nice because you can put them on a high fire sort of thing, a few spices, and then throw a little water, make a little gravy, you know, onions, mushrooms, these fast fries. So, you know me, I I never know what I'm eating till supper time unless I have leftovers. And then sometimes I don't know which container of leftovers to pick. So this just makes for a really nice quick meal. I have a helper! It don't take long to put her through. I got down to the last piece. So, like I said, can't monetize this, but thought I might just share with you guys. Well, we got a few tubs full. I mixed a little pork, about 25%, with this, so I'm just going to add some crackers. Easiest way there is to clean out the grinder, push everything else that's in around the worm, and a few crackers, and mix them up in your hamburger. All good. Oh, annoying me. So this is a 1-horse grinder. It's they call it a 22, 1 horse anyways. And you can put it through pretty fast. It takes all of about, I don't know, half an hour to pretty much do a whole moose. Like this here grinding, well, maybe 45 minutes to do a whole moose, because I think this took us maybe 20 minutes from the time we started grinding, and it was all gone through. And I've got I figured out what I had for weight, and we got about 62 pounds of meat here, and then a few packs of steak. I didn't keep too many packs, but a few packs of steak, so around 70 pounds of meat off of this big deer. She was good size. Well, good eating. Feeling like palm breeze. Got some bagging to do. A few drops of that. Now I think we can get at her. She's all the process. A few more bags open. Got a few fills. I just try to, as soon as I get some done, I want to get it in the freezer so it can cool off. Got a little system kind of worked out. I got her come and give me a hand for a couple hours to get, well, she had to grinder at her place, so I had to bring it anyway. Picked up a couple of things, and while I was finishing the last piece of meat, she ground the rest of it. Won't take long with that big grinder. So, oops. I wrapped a few Christmas presents in the past. Never too fancy, but kids don't matter. Don't care. When I wrap the meat, I don't care. I know what's in there. And no matter what shape it is, what size it is, you just you get the hang of pulling out what you need. That's how to do it. A little corner ways, sideways. It's just, it's all meat in freezer bags. I know most people, they may think that's good enough, but it happens to stay in the freezer and you get half that, you miss it, and it's in there for a little longer, it can start freezer burning. And writing paper, not through plastic, is a big help. I generally I do 2 pounds in a pack. I'm a little over 2 pounds in the odd one, maybe. But the double wrapping is all, it's all good. And I mixed just about 10 pounds of pork with this because of the deer. You don't want that tallowy fat. I cut all the fat off, and then I usually add about 25% pork. I usually buy pork loins. I'll grind them myself. They didn't have any pork loins, but they had some pork burgers at the store. The kids haven't butchered their pig yet. Normally this time of year, if we butcher moose, deer, that kind of stuff, nice to have a pig kicking around and then you butcher. A lot of work all in 1 week. But, you know, shoot a moose, shoot a deer, butcher a pig, and then do all your meat. That's like 4 days of just about non-stop. Long days. So, just the way I do it. I'm filling bags. I got some here that I mixed off the pork, but I got a little light on some of it a little more. So, use a big spoon. Always works good. Just, and meat doesn't stick to it. I make a little bit of mess once in a while, but most of it goes in the bag. Depends on how big a scoop you try to take. And then always squeeze to the bottom corners. Give it a shake. That way it's not full of air in there, because that's when your meat will start to freeze or burn. So, yeah, just I've got most of it packaged already, wrapped in the freezer.